Larry Dixon, 10th on the NHRA's all-time wins list. 2 Top Fuel championships. Now 1 round away from his 500th round win. And when he does that, he becomes one of only 6 drivers to win 500 or more rounds. This man who loves drag racing history is now hoping to make a little of his own. Larry Dixon, here's Gary.
I spoke to Dixon just a few moments ago, and he says there's no special significance for winning his 500th round. He says that's something to savor at the end of a career. But nonetheless, he says his goal today is to win not his 500th, but his 503rd round of racing. That would mean at the end of the day, he's got a Wally in hand as the event winner. And then he says, I want to go on to win 1,000 rounds before it's all said and done. But the fact remains, he is on the threshold right now as he faces Cory McClenathan of doing something that only Joe Amato has ever accomplished in the long history of NHRA Top Fuel drag racing.
And Gary Gerald as they move back into position, both Larry Dixon and Cory McClenathan. Let's take a look at a little bit of that history for Larry Dixon.
Well, Larry has an opportunity possibly to get 1,000 career wins because he's only been racing since 1995, still has a lot of good years left. He won his first race in just his second start at Phoenix. That same year, 1995, he wins his first of 3 career U.S. Nationals championships. We knew this kid was good. And how good was he? First driver to break under 4.5 seconds in 1999 with Dale Armstrong as his crew chief, and then Dick LaHaye and Larry teamed up to win this first of 2 straight in 2002, and now he's teamed up with the great Alan Johnson in 2009, and the wins are going to keep on coming.
And think about these 2 guys, Cory Mack and Larry Dixon, 74 race wins going against one another.
Well, and then if you go round wins together, the 2 have 939 rounds between the 2 of them. These are 2 veterans on the starting line right now, Paul.
This could be a huge moment for Larry Dixon.
And Cory's had a very good car. This is going to be a good race.
Wow! Cory takes that win. A 386 with a 5.
On a whole shot. Wow. Jeez.
Larry Dixon's going to have to wait for another day. Already we have started out with some action with Larry Dixon trying so hard to get that next round win to move into a very special category, but as yet hasn't happened. Well, I'm Paul Page. We welcome you. Mike Dunn's on board, a winner here at this track. And what happened there? Because I would have thought that was going to be pretty solid for him. Seemed like mid-track's a problem.
Well, it was a good race for Larry. I mean, he has been having trouble getting the car down the track in the middle of the course, but this particular run he did not. At 384, a great run, but unfortunately, Larry was a little bit late off of the starting line. Cory had almost 0.02 of a second advantage. That was the difference at the finish line because Cory only did travel the quarter or the 1,000 foot in 3.86 seconds, but because of that 0.02 advantage off of the starting line that he got right there, he was able to get the victory by a mere 0.03 of a second. Talk about a close drag race. Wow.
And that creates our Motel 6 Who Got the Light. Look at that at the line. Cory Mack by just inches.
That's as close as it gets.
Let's go to the far end now. You got Larry Dixon as he climbs out. He's got to be frustrated. Look at that look on his face. He cannot be happy that that happened.
As a driver, I can tell you, you hate getting beat on hole shots, but unfortunately it will happen during your career, no matter how good of a driver you are, and Larry Dixon's one of the best.
Okay, it just means that we got another big round to build up for him at the race in St. Louis in just 2 weeks. Here, well, let's go to Gary Gerald.
Boy, you talk about a great drag race to start things off today. Do you have any sense that you are winning or a loser in a deal like that?
You really don't. You know, I can hear Larry next to me, but when you're crossing that finish line, all you're thinking is looking up, is that light coming on? Is that light coming on? And, you know, thank God for us, for Am Tough Guard guys, it came on today. So it's just one of those things. A great team over there, a great driver. that gets me up. That gets me ready. And I love racing Larry. He's a good guy. Everything's always fair on the starting line. Good race.
When you look at that photo finish camera and you see 3/10,000 separation, it was a great race.
Thank you very much.
There's one more look at that at the finish line.
Yeah, back in the days, they couldn't go to 10,000ths of a second, at least on our clocks, and that would be virtually a tie. But 3/10,000ths of a second, it does look like a tie, doesn't it?
You know, while the angle's not lined straight up, you could have called that one either way.
3/10,000ths is close, trust me, no matter what camera angle you have.